Cedar Falls. Welcome to Currents Up Close. My name is Amanda Huseman. I'm the Communications Specialist for the City of Cedar Falls. Currents Up Close takes a look at all the exciting developments, projects, and events we have going on in our city. Today we will be talking about the 2020 census. It's a very important topic, so we've invited Cedar Falls Mayor Rob Green here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Amanda. So the census is a count of every person in the United States. It takes place every 10 years. It's required by the Constitution, and it's been going on every 10 years since 1790. So a long history to it.
Yep. And I, for one, I really didn't understand the census too much prior to this. I knew it had a lot to do with the counts and getting an accurate population, but I didn't realize the effect it has on our ability to get federal funding. Can you talk more about the importance it has to our community here locally?
Certainly. So the way the census data is used is it helps to apportion funds that go in from all taxpayers across the country when it's divvied back out to the states for highways, for housing, for all sorts of civic projects. Those population counts have a major impact. So that also includes for our community the ability for planning in the city as we look at where the city's growing, what areas we want to maybe focus some funds and intent on. The population counts from the census are used for us on that as well.
Yeah, it's extremely important. And when we're looking at the timeline of it, can you talk more about when the census begins? I know that National Census Day is April 1st, correct?
Correct. Yeah, and we're going to see mailers come to us in Cedar Falls in mid-March. So within the next few days, you should start to see the form that will then, it'll just have some basic information of how to fill out the census either online or through a phone call. And within that, there are 7 questions that will be asked on it. And so you'll have the time from about April 1st when the census officially begins up to end of September. The goal is to bring it in as quickly as possible. So if you've not completed your survey by mid-May, you'll start to see census workers going door to door to address those households that haven't completed it. And then again, the goal is to have that all completed by September 30th.
Yep, and actually the faster that people get it done, the more money that they save. You know, it's less people then will have to do follow-up, it's less people that'll have to go to doors. So it is really important to get that done as soon as possible. Now, this year you can do it online for the first time ever, which is great, and that is an extremely secure system. You can also do it by phone. So who needs to be counted in the home as part of the census survey?
Well, this, for the census, it's not dependent on age. So if you have small children, count them as well in your census responses. Additionally, another group that tends to be underrepresented in Cedar Falls is college students. And if you look at any data where it says there's about 40,000 residents in Cedar Falls, I've asked, does that include the college students in the community? And it does, but only if they've self-reported for that they live in a certain area. So being as the litmus is to put your city as where you usually reside, for college students, for the most part, it's going to be Cedar Falls. So they should count themselves there. And then also, citizens of foreign countries who are living in the U.S. should be counted in the U.S. if that's where they live and sleep most of the time. That's the official guidance.
Yep, and that's really similar to the college students where
Correct.
You count where you live and sleep most of the time, and that's where you put down for your census.
Exactly.
And like you said, it's important to count the youngest children in your households too. So that's a good thing to remember because we want a complete count. Just to follow up, so the information that we share in the census, that is secure, correct?
Correct. And by secure, it means that this data is intended for use only for census purposes. It's not released out for any other government applications. It's by law required to act that way. So your information also isn't pegged to you personally. They as a census workers, they take that information, just aggregate it together to find general population counts for an area. They're not trying to find out how you, as like Jane Doe, what you personally respond as.
Okay. If a person doesn't have access to the internet and they do want to fill it out online, is there somewhere they can go publicly to complete that form?
Correct. In Cedar Falls, we will have a kiosk open at the Cedar Falls Public Library, so residents can come in and fill out their the online survey there, and that there'll be some information posted there to assist in that effort.
Yeah, so great job by our team at the library. I know they're excited about having that service available. So that's located on Main Street in Cedar Falls, so you can head over there. How can the community learn more about the census in general and its effect on the community?
Well, there's a national site. If you look at just Google census.gov or go to that site, it will provide you with some overall background and history to the census itself. Here in Black Hawk County, we have a separate site or an add-on site to that. It's at youcount-bhc.com, so that's you-bhc.com, and that will provide some additional information about how the census affects our area.
Okay, great. Again, thank you so much for being here today and talking to us about the census. We're looking forward to working together with local organizations and fellow communities to get a complete count in Black Hawk County. Thank you again for joining us today on Currents Up Close. My name's Amanda Huseman. We invite you back next time, Cedar Falls.